Hello fellow Supercard fans, it's MyTYme here. Welcome to episode 2 on NHL Supercard. Now rival clash is here, I'm going to come to that in a moment, but before then, since my first video, I now have the reward, the ladder reward. I have Corey Crawford in goal, which is a super rare, so we will quickly go here. This is my quick game team as it stands. Corey Crawford over here, he's been leveled up a bit. I think you're getting for 300 games, or was it 350? One of the two. I get another one at 750, so maybe this, okay, yeah, 300, 750. I get another one so I can pro him. So this is where we're at the moment. Now I will come back out for a moment. I'll show you my cards, and nope, I will not do that. I will go to combine. Now, as you notice here, I've managed to collect a few duplicates for the rares, which once I finish my season, which is coming up, I will level these up and make them into pros. So I've started up here already. This Mark Sheffield, I'm not sure what his name is, apologies pronouncing it wrong. I started on Gabriel Burke, and yeah, I will make those into few pros so I can have them for the season, even if they don't necessarily get into my exhibition team. They will to begin with, because I'll show you quickly, a pro super rare will be better than a single ultra rare, as a pro rare will be better than a single super rare. So all the super rares I've got in here now would be replaced by a pro rare. So I will pro a couple of those rares, they will come in, they will bring me up to super rare plus category, and then obviously as I get some better cards, I will move them out and they'll go into my season mode. So then when I need to change people in season, I can use those, because it's very hard to keep getting energy, and as you keep playing in season mode, it's very hard to get energy. Now you can try and sandbag it, and if I go to season here, I lost all my games. I wasn't energizing any of them. I think I lost 4-0. Yeah, I lost 4-0 up until there. As you can see, I come in, I've won all these games pretty easily. As you can see, I beat 11th, which I think I beat the guy who's in third, who won his other one 4-0. And then he hadn't energized actually for some of those games, so I don't know how it would have been otherwise. I didn't get to energize here, I was asleep and I lost, but that's fine. I was just playing this for the sake of it. So I'm going to claim my rewards in a sec. In fact, I'll do it now. Hopefully we'll try and get a pro, but the idea is I will now be using my super rares, proing them up, and I'll put them into my team. Now, when I was saying about sandbagging, what it is you pick your six best skaters for your first team, and you put 6 complete trash on the bench. So rather than your team being, for example, in, let's just say ultra rare tier, you're being super rare tier. But by being a super rare tier, your first player's going to be so good that you're going to basically win every game, and you're going to guarantee yourself the top prizes. Where maybe being in the ultra rare with your bench, your first team players aren't going to be as strong, and you're going to maybe only get it to the first rounds or quarterfinals. So for example, like myself, maybe my team's good enough to get to the quarter semis, but because I've got a balanced team, if I had all rubbish players on the bench, I'd be in a really top team in rare, and I'd win it easily. But let's just see what reward we get. Would it be a... no, it's not. Okay, it's not a pro, but it's fine. It's still a super rare. So that's where we are at. So now that my season is finished, I can start training cards, combining cards. And a little tip for everyone, you come to the combine here, and I'm going to scroll down and use these two keepers, Anders Lindback, as my example. I'm not. I am lying. I have to go and change my season. Okay. Anyway, as I'm doing this, what you need to do is, doesn't matter who's in there for the moment. I'll come do my team later. What you do is you go to combine, and you combine 2 cards together. Okay, and it makes a pro. So this is going to have a silver crown. The silver crown means it's not a perfect pro. It means I did not level both of these players up to 15 to their maximum, so they're not at max stats. But I don't mind, because by proing them out, what it means is when I then go and feed them into another card, so when I go to train and train them into another card, they're going to give more XP than the 2 cards solo. Okay, so if you have 2 cards which is say common or uncommon, and you make them into, combine them into a pro card and then feed them into another card, they will give you more XP as a fact. I can't show you here because I don't have enough cards to do it and I don't have enough duplicates, but it's a fact. All Supercard games, they will give you more XP than a 2-card single. So the fact that you only have 100 card catalogue, I'm pretty sure it is, yep, 100 card catalogue, means you don't have a lot of storage space. So once you max out, combine all the weaker cards you can, you're going to feed, then feed them in. It will train your cards up quicker, and obviously over the course of time, those rares and stuff that you've got, you have to feed them all as well because you won't need them. So the fact of only having 100 cards means you're going to have to be a bit more selective. But yeah, quick games, we'll come to quick games in a bit because we're going to show you here in the events. Now I decided to go for the LA Kings because I told you everyone else would go for these Black Hawks, Seahawks, some Hawks, whatever they are, all Hawks. Yeah, for the Black Hawks. So the prices are going to be Black Hawks based. There's no way the LA Kings are going to pull this back. But anyway, I am currently ranked 1729 with 450 points. Now if we click on rewards, I said this at the start, I said to you that they got rewards for over 100,000 people. So scroll down to the bottom very quickly. So just for playing, you guaranteed this. I said there will not be anywhere near the same number of people in this game. Now bearing in mind it's only been out about a week, as there will be, for example, in a month's time. So now's the time to get these cards. You will not have to play anywhere near as much to get ranked in the cards to get the epic and the legendary rewards. So we scroll up, we'll scroll up, okay? If you come between 10 and 20,000, you get an ultra rare card. Now bearing in mind, I don't have an ultra rare card yet. I'm not in ultra rare tier. I have to pay another 300 games to get this Corey Crawford card. And if I do, say I came between 10 and 20,000, I'd have a pro. We scroll up again, 5,000 to 10,000, you get a pro straight away. Now this is kind of probably the one rank you want to avoid because you're going to get a pro Corey Crawford just from playing the game. So to get him now in here is like, it's like a kick in the bollock kind of reward. But go up, and here we go, 3,000, 2 ultra rares and 1 super rare, and here we go, 3,000 plus, you get an epic card. And it won't even be that hard to get in this rank here to make a pro out of them. And even for the legendaries, I don't think you'd have to push through as hard as in other games. For WWE Supercard, miles harder to get in here, and I'm going to imagine this game later on will be even harder as well. But yeah, even if you did finish around these ranks, okay, and even if you're the same tier as myself, granted, I won't be using these cards. And the reason why I won't use these epic legendary cards is because they're going to push my team too high. All my other cards will be rares and super rares. That legendary card is going to push me high, put me into another bracket. It's going to be a case of that I might win with my legendary card and I'm going to lose all my other periods, and I'm just going to have a massive losing streak. So you click on play for team. I've got bouts, and I got some bouts because I said I can't play Saturday and Sunday. Well, Saturday morning I can't play, Saturday evening, basically Sunday. So I'm going to see how far I can do tonight and tomorrow morning. But if we took them off, 1, 3s and 5s. Now they tell you the opponent, and on the right with the trophy you can see. So the first one, let me double check. Okay, so +1 is a super rare plus, +3 is a super rare plus, and +5 is a super rare plus. But sometimes they will be different. So we have just super rare for Brandon, Jerker is super rare plus, and Kako here is super rare plus plus. So +1, easiest opponent. I should win, and you should win literally all of your +1 games. +3s should be doable. You should probably win most of them as long as your team is like mine's. If you're kind of above halfway of your current tier, you should win most of them if you play it strategically, where the +5s will be the top tier. So +5s are more challenging. So at the moment, if I will maybe win 1 in 3 +5s, whereas I can win 9 out of 10 +3s. So it's better for me to just play the +3s or +6s if I use the title. But I'm going to show you a couple of things when playing to help you win as much as you can. Now, before we go further, your boost and size, use your boosts. I'm going to use the all team here, even though it's a skating, and I do have a super rare boost. It's because the all team will go for all 3 periods. Fact. Okay, this is a fact. You might have noticed it, you might not. Players get bonuses playing in position. So your centre, your left wing, etc. You see I have all players in position, and they have their position on the card has a green background to signify green for go, green for good, and that lets you know that they are going to get their 5% bonus because they're playing in position. Now, goalkeeper doesn't get the bonus. He's got the nice little green thing telling you, yeah, my goalkeeper's is in the right position. You have to put a goalkeeper in there. You can't put another player in that position. And if you actually watch the animations, your goalkeeper doesn't get a bonus. So, I pointed out in my first video, you will use your goalkeeper every single game. Okay, your goalkeeper will be used with an outfield player every single time you go into an exhibition match or whatever. Or these are inferior exhibition matches, but same rival clash as well. And your goalkeeper isn't going to get the 5% bonus. Now, if you are using a goalkeeper, that means that the opposition is attacking. Therefore, they're going to have two outfield players. So both of their players, in theory, in position, can get the boost. Your goalkeeper can't get the boost. It's only the other person you're with. So you're actually at a disadvantage with your goalkeeper. In theory, a goalkeeper should be the hardest one to win, because the goalkeepers are the hardest positions to get good cards in. They don't get the 5% boost for being in position, and you're going to be up against two outfield players. And generally, obviously, especially if it's straight away, the computer's going to put in the two best cards. So my tactic here is to pick your goalkeeper, and unless you're guaranteed to win, is to pick a weaker card. So I'm going to basically give up on this. Now, as it happens, I will win, because this person obviously has put out two cards which aren't strong enough, and I have leveled my keeper up. But just bear that in mind. I choose a skater. Now, say if I lost the first one, I put out one of my better skaters to try and win the single one, put us back to a draw, and I've left myself two good skaters for the final match. Okay, so we click, speed it up, choose a skater, best one I got, and I win. But bear that in mind, sometimes your goalkeeper will be your last match, sometimes it'll be a middle match, sometimes it'll be your first match. Now, if you've got all great cards, then it might not matter so much. But if you're like me, like you guys, focus, okay? And I'll show you again here what I mean. Focus on a couple of players, and they'll be the ones that will win you your games. So if you win with a shutout like I did there, you get 3 picks. Now, the reason why I have an extra pick is because, oh, that was a rare enhancement, support, is because I had card limit before, but I've removed that so we can carry on playing. So we'll click on play team again. Domingo, not even going to look what rank you are. Now, my right wing is just a rare card. Okay, I never use him. My defender is a card that I haven't touched leveling up. I have leveled up my other 4 cards. Those 2 cards are not leveling up. I don't intend to level up. The reason why I'm doing that is because I can't get myself into, say, super rare. I can't get myself saying from super rare into ultra rare. So what I'm doing is I'm going to focus on 3 or 4 people and make them strong, and leave my other 2 people weaker, because I'm not going to use them in the battle. And if I do use them, I will use the weaker person with the goalkeeper. So we'll show you again here. So I go to start, I use my goalkeeper, I use my strongest and my 2 weaker people, because I know that it's going to leave me with either 2 solo matches or a double match and a solo match. So my theory is, if I win the goalkeeping game, great. If I don't like here, then I'm going to use my best skater, and I should hopefully win it with a singles, because these people, I'm playing other super rare cards, they're pretty maxed out, and they should win the single games. I might only lose if it's, for example, a proc. Now, last game, as you can see here, you see there's a goal. You see this top right hand side. You see that for deep breath. Look in the middle. Left hand side tells you I'm stick handed skating, and you can see the picture of the player with the hockey stick, the outfield player. Right hand side, you've got a picture of a goalkeeper for the opponent. I'm playing the opponent's goalkeeper. Okay, so now that's telling me I use 1 skate against a goalkeeper. Now, I've already told you goalkeepers tend to be the weakest position. It's a super rare. The guy's likely, at very best, to have a Corey Crawford. Most likely, not a very good goalkeeper. So this guy's going to easily beat the goalkeeper, as we can see, and I'm going to win. So yes, I could have gone for the 2-1 victory, but I'm doing rivals clash here. I just want to win the game. If I lose a game, I've just played the game and I've got nothing from it. Okay, Roman Polak. We can go back in again. We'll do it again. Don Hort +6. I'm just going to grind through, try and get myself into those top 8 to 1500, keep in there, get an epic card. If I can get close to legendary, maybe I'll try and get it. Here, see, I have 2 outfield players. I'm playing their goalkeeper and an outfield player. Okay, use these pictures, use them. They're telling you what you're up against. What did I say before? Goalkeeper's likely to be weak, outfield players likely to be reasonably good. 2 scouts, 2 outfield players. So I put my boost on. I'm going to pick best for stick hand, and here's my centre. It's the only stat feature which really stands out. And I'm going to then put in a medium player, so I'll put in my defender. This should be more than adequate to win, and it will be. Okay, so he's leveled up his goalkeeper, which is good of him. I don't remember what the guy was called, but I was using a Don Hort. Okay, so good. He starts to level up his goalkeeper. Even if you only have an uncommon goalkeeper, level it up. It will help you massively. Now we've got 2 outfield players. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my best player and try and win this here. So now I'm guaranteed to win the game. I've won 2 quarters. Now it doesn't matter who I put with my goalkeeper. Obviously it's going to be against 2 outfield players, because you can't have a goalkeeper and an outfield player playing each other, and you will never have just your goalkeeper. So he wins that one, but that's fine. I played it to just win 3-2. We come in, skip through, here we go, get my picks, and then we're back in again, back into another rivals match. What was I on? 1600. Okay, come down here, we're playing Lorette 13. Lorette 13? I'm going to go for Lorette 13. And same again, 2 outfield players, focus. Okay, put my +3 to all stats, pick my best player for focus, because I want to try and win this one. Okay, 1-4-3, not my best stat. Got my prop, my boost, I lose. Okay, so I'm going to lose this game. So, but he has used one of his better players. Now, what's my next one? Goalkeeper and skater. Different tactic. Needs my goalkeeper, use my best skater, okay, because my goalkeeper and skaters are pretty strong, so I can win this now. So I win. 3-all. Last one, 2 skaters, okay. Now I can almost guarantee you, don't look stupid here, please don't look stupid. I can almost guarantee you that I win, because he has used 3 super rares. One was pretty leveled up. One of them was 1-3-4, something that was about low 120s. He's very unlikely to have 2 super rares. He's going to have either 2 rares, or maybe a super rare not leveled up and a slightly leveled up rare. So this will win. Okay, so there you go. And you learn these things just by playing the game. It's the way that the tiers are done. It's the way the ranks are done. Where I am in super rare, you know, the opponents they're giving you against, you will learn. So I'm strategically playing these games to win them. Now, yes, you might say, well, if you're such a genius, how have you lost 40 games? Well, because at the start I didn't have a team. My goalkeeper I had a common goalkeeper up until about 60-70 games in, maybe even more, until I got an uncommon goalkeeper. And then once I was in super rare, uncommon goalkeeper was getting smashed. I had to wait till I got to about 220 or 230 to get Jonas Hiller. So yeah, that's the theory. So I'll do one more here, and I'm going to sign off. Mohammed. I'm just trying to show you kind of the computer gives you the information. The computer gives you the information which it doesn't give you in WWE Supercard. You don't know. You know if you've got a tag team, if you've got a diva, etc. But that's all you know. You know the statistics. You don't know what cards your opponent has. So you might know that you're going to be doing it in charisma, and it's a male, but you don't know what he's got, what charisma cards he's got. You don't know whether you can win it, whether you're going to lose, or what cards can put out. Here, I might not know what cards or what characters, people that the computer has, but I do know they're using 2 outfield players, and I know that most people have stronger outfield players than they do in goal, etc., etc. So I can base my decisions on that. So 2 outfield players can be fairly strong. I want to win this, so I'm going to go with 2 decent outfield players, and I should hopefully win. And I will win. So this will put me 1 up. Now, second match, what's it going to be? It's a goalie and a skater. So either I can go. You see, it's picking stick handed for my goalkeeper, 136. Now, if we went for focus, where he's 166, I'd have gone to win this, because 166 is going to be massive for a super rare card. I'd have put him out with one of my other cards. I'd gone for the win. The fact that he's picking, I'm going to throw in a weaker card, because as I said, you can only do 2 double matches and 1 single match. It has to leave you 1 card in case there's overtime. So I know the last match is going to be a singles match. I'm going to keep my centre for that because he's quite strong. Alternatively, I could try and win this and then leave myself a rare card, but I'm not. I'm going to leave myself the last match. I'm guaranteed to win the last match. If I win this one, then great, I've got a chance to get the whitewash. If not, we come through, choose skating, out he comes, and he wins. Okay. Now you might say, how did you know he was going to win? It's just the cards that they put out. I mean, if you look at my deck, I'm in Super Rare Plus, not at the top whatever. I've only got 4 good cards, 2 useless cards, and I've used my cards in a way. The computer doesn't use the cards the same way you do. So he left himself some of his weaker cards. As long as I didn't have a completely piss poor card, I would have won. Last one here, Quick Stone. And then I'm going to get back to loading up Supercard and this and grind for a few hours. But here we come up again, 2 skaters against a goalkeeper and a skater. Remember, the goalkeeper is unlikely to be great. So I am going to not use my best cards. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to use my centre because he's not as balanced a card, and I'm going to keep my most balanced card, my left winger, back. So I'm guaranteed to win this, okay? As you see, keeper's not strong enough, but puts out a decent outfield player. Perfect for me, absolutely perfect. Just wasted a card there. He's wasted a card. Back to me, gold in the skater. Now, because it's skating and my skating statistic is quite high, I'm going to put out another card and take on his 2 outfield players. The reason I'm taking on his 2 outfield players is because he's just used a good outfield player with his goalkeeper, so it's very unlikely he's going to have 3 strong outfield players. Now 4-0 up, I can potentially get the 6-0. Okay, I don't, but it doesn't matter because I was obviously only playing to win. So see, I swap it around. Sometimes my goalkeeper will go over a strong player if I'm pretty sure I can win it. If I think that I might lose it, I'll guarantee myself the last game. See, if I had lost the second game with the goalkeeper, I only had to beat 124, 122, something like that were his stats. Any of my last super rares which were trained would have comfortably won. So that's rival clash for you. 15.49 I'm out. I'm going to go back, I'm going to do some grinding. I'm going to worry about leveling cards up and stuff once my card limit gets reached. So next video maybe I'll show you some pros, show you where that's brought me, potentially start a new season when I get towards the end of this, and show you where I am in Rivals Clash. If you want to know anything else, want to see anything else, let me know in the comment box and I'll try and accommodate you. Now, I don't know where I'm going to finish in this ranking. I'm going to try and keep myself in the top 1500. Now I'm going to put a load of work in today. I'd be surprised if I didn't finish off in the top. Probably I reckon I can get top 300 or 400. Then I'll go to sleep, do a bit more tomorrow and leave it. And if push comes to shove, a little bit Sunday during the day I can play. But after that I can't play anything during the whole evening and night. But I should hopefully be able to get myself a decent epic card. Let me know how you guys doing, if you think you can actually get the card, and if you think that I have just babbled, which I definitely have with regards to the matches, but you have seen me win and you want to kind of try and understand more as to why I'm winning them and the decision I'm making, I'm more than happy to try and speak you through it, show you myself. You can watch me in a stream, or potentially I can watch you and your team on Skype or something, and I can then give you some advice as the match is in play, who to play and why, so you can, you know, hopefully win more games and get those picks and have your cards up quicker. Well, thank you once again for watching this. I've been MyTYme, been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.